afternoon and welcome to the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Omoite. President Bola Tinubu has arrived at the Palais Bongiana in Paris, the venue of the new Global Financing Pact Summit. Upon his arrival in company of his aide-de-camp Nuruddin Yusuf, the Nigerian leader was received by the French Minister of Foreign Affairs and Europe, Catherine Colonna. Having departed Nigeria for France on Tuesday, President Tinubu will also use the opportunity of the summit to hold bilateral meetings with various countries, including officials of France, US, and Switzerland, to discuss possible ways of attracting foreign direct investment. The financial summit, which is hosted by France, seeks to establish a system that will be more responsive, just, and inclusive. It also seeks to fight inequalities, finance the climate transition and biodiversity protection, and move closer to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Newly appointed Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has vowed to make community policing work as he assumed office at the force headquarters in Abuja. He stated this on Wednesday when he officially took over the leadership of the Nigerian police force from retired IGP Usman Baba. Inspector General warned the police officers that he won't tolerate abuse of office, corruption, and misconduct, saying a commensurate stiff punishment awaits erring officers. The new police boss also said he will, in the coming days and months, unveil his strategies and tactics to secure the country and protect Nigerians from all forms of security challenges, including banditry and gunmen attacks.
Numerous challenges that require the concerted efforts of every citizen to overcome. As Inspector General of Police, I firmly believe that our path to a brighter future lies in collaboration, transparency, and the reformation of our law enforcement delivery system. We will hold accountable those who betray the public trust in us, ensuring that they face the full force of the law. Additionally, we will actively promote a working culture that will encourage officers and citizens alike to report instances of corruption or abuse they may witness.
The former IG Usman Baba said he was leaving the force a very fulfilled man.
See the leadership of the force today. I believe that I am leaving it better than I met it. I believe that I have added value to policing in Nigeria. I hold the firm conviction that the steady progress has been made in all the components of my promise to change the policing narratives and in our journey to restore the dwindling police primacy within the internal security architecture of the country.
Bill Gates has weighed in on the recent surge in the number of young Nigerian professionals leaving the country for greener pastures. The Microsoft co-founder addressed the so-called Jackpot phenomenon on Wednesday during an interactive session with innovators on advancing Africa, unleashing the power of youth in science and innovation, a program which was held in Lagos. According to Gates, in an instance where the governments provide subsidized medical education, one almost wishes that a little bit of that resource you get overseas would help the government increase the training, he said.
To reduce the big equity gaps in this country, how are we going to take AI and use that in positive ways? A lot of talk about the challenges, and that's valid, but AI is going to be used for things like designing malaria drugs. Malaria is a great example where there's not a great market opportunity, and so the normal approach wouldn't prioritize that. But when we put on this lens of inequity, obviously that's something very important.
Former Nigerian Bar Association President Ulisa Agbakuba, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and human rights activist Femi Falana, another senior advocate of Nigeria, and many other stakeholders have tasked judges and lawyers on their critical role in upholding the integrity of the electoral process in the country. They stated this in Lagos on Wednesday at the annual conference of the Nigeria Bar Association, section of Public Interest and Development Law. They also called for the conclusion of all election petitions before inauguration and decried the situation where the courts are deciding future leaders of the country as against through the vote of the electorate. On his part, Dr. Agbakuba called for the unbundling of the Independent National Electoral Commission, noting that the commission is saddled with many responsibilities which have made it ineffective in the handling of its constitutional role. Femi Falana said there is a need to review the Electoral Act and reduce the duration within which electoral matters are decided.
Yar'Adua recognized the weak processes that brought him to office. Nobody has ever done that. And what did he do? He set up the OAS panel. And I had the opportunity to send a message to CJN OAS because he just turned 87. And I wished him the best and said my birthday gift to him is if President Tinubu and our dear senator here, who is in the NAS, can implement that report. Lawyers are contributing more to the subversion of the democratic process than INEC or politicians. And I'm talking of senior lawyers. Like you yourself have said, a man has come, he lost an election, a bad case. He said, please, can you help me? No, your case is bad. Your case is bad. But some bad lawyers, amongst us, senior lawyers, will give the impression that they could perform magic. They will collect money, and in very bad cases, collect money for judges.
The Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria and the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board say they are exploring ways of strengthening collaborations to boost service delivery to Nigerians. In a statement issued to newsmen in Abuja, the Registrar Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, Professor Josiah Ajiboye, said the move is in the spirit of interagency partnership in the Federal Ministry of Education. Professor Ajiboye, who alongside the Registrar of JAMB inspected the new computer-based test facilities built by JAMB in Kaduna's metropolis, noted that the initiative was aimed at forging stronger partnership between both organizations. And for some foreign news now, 2 children aged 5 and 7 have died in South African city of Johannesburg after a fire broke out in a residential building where they had been left unattended and locked inside an apartment. And the blaze in the inner city area of Hillbrow began on Wednesday afternoon. A reporter from South Africa's Times Live has recently tweeted a video from the scene. Migration charities fear that more than 30 people may have drowned after their klingis sank while trying to search Spain's Canary Island in the northeast Atlantic. The 2 charities said there had originally been 59 people on board, but a Wednesday morning, one warned the boat was taking on water. Morocco, which administers Western Sahara, the nearest part of African mainland, has reportedly rescued 24 people. Barcelona FC on Wednesday condemned the racist abuse suffered by Nigerian player James Nagy during their Spanish basketball championship final victory over bitter rivals Real Madrid. The incident comes as Spanish sports wrestles with the global outcry sparked by racism aimed at Real's Brazilian football star Vinicius Jr. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite.